Well, we got a red day. Red day, hence the red little light back there. I think those are cool. It's going to help remind me as I watch these videos back. Red days, green days. And I'm hoping the feed on my channel looks way more green than it does red. I'm really hoping for a lot of green days. It's recommended for all traders to keep some type of like journal, and I actually think spreadsheets and stuff are kind of boring, and so my journaling is done. I'm gonna do it via video. This is my trading vlog journey. Today was a red day. Red day! But not the end of the world red day. I have kind of had a few end of the world red days. This one, it's red, but it's not the end of the world red. It's like finally a manageable red day. So that feels good. Let's show you, I'm gonna show you the P&L. Let's check it out. Wow. On the red day today, I traded 4 different stocks, lost $39.46 overall, which it's still red, it's still down, but it's not like end of world down. It's kind of a little bit more like, okay, all right, we can get through this. The one that took the biggest hit was EFTR. This guy right here, $67.31 lost on EFTR. If you have watched the previous 2 days, you know that I only made money on EFTR. I was kind of hoping for a 3-day poke, and I saw a lot of signs showing that it wasn't going to be a 3-day run, but I still kind of like poked the beehive, if you will. And so there's a lesson learned right there. If a stock is petering out, even though it was like awesome, it was the one, it doesn't mean it will be the one tomorrow. So don't be an idiot, Chad. Realize that just because yesterday's stock was good does not mean it's good today. Sometimes, like yesterday, it was definitely a continuation. Today, it tried to be a continuation, but it really just petered out. And I'll show you. I also trade IRNT and made $44.86 on that, and that was all in power hour. And I'm trying not to trade all day, late into the day, but I had the chart there, and it was like calling to me, the volume, and it looked pretty good. So I snuck in, made a few trades on it, and made $44.86, which really just helped to minimize the red day, and it felt good because some of those trades were actually solid trades. Momentum trading requires volume, bottom line, and you're looking for these stocks that are going parabolic and you're just catching a little bit of the wind. That's my favorite trade, and there was no volume on this. So my lesson, my takeaway today is not only does it have to be the one moving in the right direction, it's got to have the signs, but there's got to be level 2. You should have seen the level 2. I didn't record it, but a real active level 2 is just blinking and flashing, and the time of sales is just moving like crazy. And this one was basically doing nothing. And that should have been my sign. I should have walked away. I should have made one trade and realized there was nothing happening 1 or 2 minutes into it. And instead I kind of continued to try and trade it thinking, oh, this is going to go. This is happening. Never happened. And so then I held. Let's go back to my order sheet. So this is where you screwed up, you ding dong trader. Is I bought. Okay, so the first one $30.39 and sold it for $30.55. Then I bought at $30.80. This is where it turns into a mess. I held on to that clear till $28.44 and only sold half. Finally sold the other half at $27.77. Then I bought again at $27.65. It went out of the money, rolled back in. I finally dumped no, it didn't roll back in. It rolled out of the money. It was kind of bobbing, and I finally ended up selling that one at $26.61, which is another dollar loss, so another $50 loss. So I held these for too long under no volume. I mean, when they went out and there was no volume there to even consider backing these things up, I should have dumped them. Yeah, that's the lesson. I just kind of almost had an epiphany. Is it wasn't so much that it moved out of money a dollar, because when these things move, like these high spread stocks, you can see it flash a dollar in seconds. But when it dropped out and it didn't do anything because there was no volume, I seriously should have just dumped that thing and moved on. And I kind of became a bit of a bag holder, like, an optimist. And I think being like a hopeful trader is a recipe for disaster. Lesson learned: when the volume squashed down and the candles got tighter and redder, it should have been my sign. I should have bailed off. I mean, if it had gone parabolic and it had done what it had done the last 2 days, there would have been loads of opportunity to jump in rather than hold the bag. So, I mean, break out or bail out, right? But in this scenario, it was bail out, and also there's no volume. Like, why are you here? Why are you even holding on to this? There's nothing good about coming out of this. So I think part of my losses also need to be around, the volume. It makes sense. Like, if the volume really just tapes off and there's nothing there, dump it. Like, get out of it. I need to really work on my breakout and bail out.